Good evening and a very, very warm welcome to everyone. We are in for a real treat this evening, and I'm so pleased that you've chosen to be here with us. This is a discussion event, so please do consider the discussion element. There is going to be some presentations, but then very much looking forward to the discussion after that. Very briefly, my name's Brent Barrett. I'm recently elected to Palmerston North City Council. My background before that is as a scientist at Ag Research, and I've also had the privilege for some years of chairing the Palmerston North City Environmental Trust, which is one of the organizations that is driving the Envirofest. We are now almost through the 3-week adventure that was set out for Envirofest, and I see a lot of familiar faces there of folks that have enjoyed a number of events through the festival. I'm certainly pleased to see the community's continued enjoyment of that. We're scheduled tonight to have a discussion around the global waste crisis, and specifically looking forward, where to from here. We're looking to run for 90 minutes, and so there's going to be some presentations, as I said, and then subsequently the opportunity to have the discussion. This is part of a full 3-week festival that is run by the City Environmental Trust with funding by Palmerston North City Council and sponsorship from 2 organizations. Goal driven by nature, so the biofuel end of the fossil fuel industry, let's say, and Cafe Royale, a local cafe. I'd certainly like to thank the City Library for their hosting of this event, and particularly to Kay Hall for her turning up and getting us going on and such kindly hosting of the events. Just wanted to let you know we do have a survey that's available and very much interested in people's feedback. This is our first time running Envirofest, and so quite keen to get a sense of what people think of it and where they would like to see it going. Do want to alert you there are actually tonight not only photographers but videographers. If for some reason you do not wish to appear on camera, will you please let myself or one of the library staff know so that we can edit appropriately. But we are privileged to actually have Cy Taffel here tonight from Massey University to actually pull this together into a filmed event. So again, thank you all for coming and very much appreciate your interest in the topic. It's certainly one that's of great interest to me. I've had a bit of a waste sort of week, actually. I finally had the opportunity on Monday to volunteer at Just Zilch, which is the free store in town that takes food out of the waste stream and puts it into the hands of people that need access to food. Then had an opportunity to go to the Waste Management Institute New Zealand conference for 2 days as a recently elected councillor. And they said there that, the only thing that you can't actually recover is wasted time. And so I think it's really good to think about that in terms of the resource that we do have in front of us. Time is one of those. So I'll just briefly lay out the evening. Planning to have 3 presentations, a brief video, and then a discussion. I will introduce the 3 speakers now, and then they can carry through. And we'll take just brief questions of clarification after each presentation, but the primary discussion after the 3 presentations have been run. So I'll give you now an introduction to our 3 speakers. The first is Jonathan Hannon. Just get you to wave so that people know who is looking for there. Coordinator of the Zero Waste Academy based at Massey University. It's a broad-reaching role. It involves teaching, research supervision, in an advisory capacity both on campus and at the city level throughout New Zealand around sustainability. Jonathan has a lot of knowledge, depth, and experience around the recycling industry in New Zealand and sees it as a crucial environmental service provider within the New Zealand economy. He's currently undertaking a PhD, a brave man, exploring and evaluating municipal zero waste methodologies. So we'll first hear from Jonathan. Next we'll hear from Pamela. Pamela, if you can just wave out. Welcome, Pamela. Really pleased that you're here. Pamela runs a small company called Nappy Godmother, which I think is a fantastic name for a company. If I was going to name one, I'd be quite envious of that name. Their goal is to provide families with another option that is independent of using disposable nappies, and by taking the dirty work out of that particular practice. She's going to talk a little bit about the effects of disposable nappies and wipes on the environment, as well as the benefits of using cloth nappies. Welcome, Pamela. The third presentation is from Dr. Tricia Fairley, who is here. Welcome, Tricia. Senior lecturer in social anthropology at Massey University. She has an interest in what she calls quote-unquote The Politics of Plastic. So we very much look forward to hearing this. Has research into the international regulation of single-use plastic bags, something that you've seen in the media perhaps recently. And it's really compelled her into a view that we need to campaign for a levy on single-use plastic bags. She's formed and working with a local community group, Carrying Our Future, which I think will feature in the presentation. She also has other waste research, including the culture of household waste minimization in this city, looking at BPAs. We'll let her tell us what BPAs are, but looking at BPAs in plastics in New Zealand. And she's also most recently looked at waste management in the Pacific Islands and the classification of polystyrene as to whether or not it is hazardous. Dr. Fairley has also co-founded the New Zealand Product Stewardship Steering Committee. She's done that with Jonathan Hannon and other New Zealand waste experts. So those are our three speakers tonight. Again, welcome. Thank you for choosing to spend this time with us. I think it's going to be a real treat and very much looking forward to hearing from these three speakers and then having a discussion subsequently. So please do put your hands together for Jonathan Hannon leading us off.